Howdy, Iron Horse fans. Welcome to the Iron Horse Roundup. In this episode, we are going to talk about the Oklahoma Railway Association and the rest of the content from my recent trip to Oklahoma. And stay tuned for a special treat at the end of the video. Let's get right into it. So, Dom, what can you tell me about the mission of the Oklahoma Railway Association?
Well, growing up in Oklahoma, there was never really many opportunities for like excursion trains or really anything with railroad history until this came along, and I wanted to kind of add to that scene within Tulsa and fill a market that I think needs to be filled both tourism-wise and for an economical standpoint. I want to bring steam and historic railroading back to this state, and I want to provide a larger appreciation for what that means to our state, because Tulsa, Broken Arrow, all these towns would not be here without the Frisco Railroad, the Missouri, Kansas, Texas Railroad.
I think a lot of towns across America wouldn't be here without the railroads in general.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, having grown up in Seattle, yeah, I had my own taste of Pacific Northwest tourist railroading up there in the form of Mount Rainier Scenic Railroad, the Northwest Railway Museum where I used to volunteer at, and now I live in Southern California, where I have a taste of like Southern Pacific and Santa Fe Railroad history. Very common out there.
Two great railroads for sure.
Indeed they are, and I must say the Frisco locomotive here is an impressive beauty.
This thing is a testament to the engineering of that time, and that was back when we were just in slide rule, all pen and paper. I mean, engineers, real hard-working folks built this thing.
Yeah, Baldwin did a bang-up job on this.
Absolutely, and it's a testament to the people of the Frisco, the people of Tulsa too, because the passenger train, the Meteor that it pulled between Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and St. Louis, that reunited families, moved troops to war. I mean, that's a vital icon in American history right there.
What do you think of the coming of the Transcontinental Railroad?
You mean like this, that historical event?
Yes, the Golden Spike.
I think without the Transcontinental Railroad, we'd be a very different country today.
Indeed.
The railroad is one of the, if not the most important invention of the industrial age.
I totally 100% agree with you. In fact, if you read my the description on my YouTube channel, it talks about when there was a time when no man could travel faster than the horse that rode him.
Yep.
And that travel remained unchanged since the days of ancient Egypt, all through the medieval times and all the way up to, what was it? Yeah, the 1800s. That's when rail travel really started to revolutionize. So
this thing could hit 110 back in the day. That's what Baldwin designed it to do.
Oh, I believe it.
In service, I think its top speed was around 95. They clocked it at.
Wow, so a little faster than daylight.
A little bit. A little bit.
Stop with the camera, don't be shy.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Hey, so what can you tell us about the mighty Frisco Meteor?
Well, starting out at her origin story, she was built by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in 1942 for the Frisco Railroad, and she pulled the train called the Meteor. And the engine's nickname is Meteor, but Meteor is the train that it pulled on the Frisco.
Right.
And she was retired in 1950. And she was at the Tulsa Zoo for quite a while. In 2010, they decided to make the Route 66 Village, which is where we are today.
Yep. As you can guys see, we have a depot behind us here. We got the Meteor locomotive. We got a mail truck there.
We got a Pullman passenger car, an old tanker, and a caboose.
Yep, and we've got this oil tower here. This is Oklahoma, after all. Expect a lot of oil towers.
At one point, that was the largest oil tower in the world.
Really?
Yeah, it's a mock-up, but it was the tallest.
There's an interesting fact for you Iron Horse fans. Anyway, so yeah, this is Robert's pride and joy here. One of his pride and joys here, the Frisco 4500 Meteor. So why was it called the Meteor?
Well, like I mentioned, on the Frisco Railroad, it's the train that pulled, but as time went on, it kind of became a nickname for the engine.
Right. I just wonder why, of all the names they chose, maybe because it flowed down the tracks like a meteor flies through space?
I'm pretty sure it was inspired by that, yes.
All right, cool. Cool, and as you guys can notice, almost everything on this locomotive, including the drive wheels, the couplers, the boiler, the cab, everything is blue. Even the pipes here are blue. It's not often you get steam locomotives like this that will paint literally almost everything on it, and you don't get one hint of black on it. Like, most steam locomotives are black, right? But this one, as you can see, it's all either blue with white stripes, or in the tender's case, red, or
The inside of the cab is blue.
even the inside of the cab is blue, huh?
Yeah. We come up here, you can see what I mean.
All right, I'm coming on.
happened.
So, as Robert said, even the cab is blue. In fact, so far the only things I've seen that are black on this locomotive are the floor, and the controls, and the engineer seat. Unfortunately, we can't go in here because, as you can see, it's padlocked, but we can still get a nice view of this fine locomotive's interior, yes. So what makes this locomotive so special to you now, Robert?
It's really the first one I ever worked on. Started working on it back in 2020 during the MAST era, as I call it, COVID era. And I just fell in love with her.
She is a beauty. I will give it that. You don't see too many blue steam locomotives these days. Looking at you, Thomas.
Well, some people call her Big Blue as a nickname, and we have kids going, "Hey, it's Thomas on steroids."
Really? Do the kids actually say that?
Some do.
Wow. And again for the camera. What kind of caboose is that over there?
From what I'm told, it was a boxcar converted into a caboose. It has bay doors on the side, as you can see.
Yep.
And I guess it's a rarity. Welcome to AT&SF 940 here
Yep.
in Cartersville, Oklahoma.
We are on the Atchison and Topeka and Santa Fe 940, which is a, what, 210-2 you say?
Yeah, 210-2, built in 1903.
Sweet. And she's on display here in Bartersville, Oklahoma.
It's Bartlesville.
Bartlesville, yes. I think I said that.
He's at Barters.
Okay, yeah.
California guy.
Bloopers here. There's obviously going to be some bloopers in this episode, so. Anyway, not too many steam engines actually let you get in the cab like this. A lot of times when I go up into the steam locomotives on display, there's always a metal grate or a metal, thing blocking the cab. But now I can actually give this a try. Sit in the same seat where he is. Let's give it a try.
Ready?
Ready. So as you can see here, this restaurant called Ollie's is a railroad lover's paradise. You have these trains up here, they run from time to time. And got a bunch of trains lining the walls, a bunch of aircrafts. Route 66 sign. And let's see what awaits us in here. Ooh, they actually have a working train layout. You didn't tell me about this. And there's a Meteor.
Custom made
Meteor, which is a small scale version of what we're about to see in a minute. Looks like it ain't running right now, but yeah. Check this out, Iron Horse fans. This restaurant is dedicated to trains. How cool is that? What more could you ask for? So we got N scale, Z scale, O scale layouts too. You got all kinds of ends of railroad memorabilia. You got a G-scale track up here where the trains run. You got a bunch of just models galore, pretty much. And yes, that is a big boy right there. This is definitely, ooh, there she is. We're going to be seeing her in just a few minutes. Now for some honorable mentions of many of the historic locomotives I saw on this trip, including all the steam engines. Well, that concludes this episode. This is also the final episode based on my trip to Oklahoma and the surrounding states. Hope you enjoyed, but before I go, let's enjoy a little bit of action from the short line here known as the Tulsa, Sapulpa, and Union Railroad, which was a real treat to see, as I didn't think I was going to get to see this railroad in action. After this, it will be a return to the normal, usual West Coast railroading. I'm Iron Horse Fan, and I'll see you down the line. Thanks for watching.